Hi, how's everybody doing? It's Paul from Magpie 24/7 out and about with another view from the van. Recording this the day before the Manchester United game. Looking forward to that. But today's video is on about a certain minge-faced bastard. Yeah, you know him, Mr. Fanny Face, Jurgen fucking Klopp. He has been flapping his fucking gums again, I noticed, in his press conference for his game upcoming, obviously, against Manchester City, which, you know, again, he's probably going to get annihilated in. And rather than take it on the chin, rather than sort out the problems at his club, he's using the old trick in the book of a little bit of diversion, a bit of diversion tactics to take away the heat. He's getting his excuses in before he is royally embarrassed against Manchester City. Yeah, he's come out basically in his press conference and he's complaining about clubs who have an open checkbook where there isn't a problem and you can literally, money is no object. Now he talks about your Manchester Cities, and yeah, I can see that. Chelsea's, yes, they've had the advantage, but I think any club trying to do it at the moment, with regards to FFP and stuff like that, I think it's a little bit beyond the fucking piss take, to be honest, because he mentions, of course he does, Newcastle United's name. Everybody and the mother's got an opinion on us. Hated, adored, but never fucking obviously ignored. He starts talking about Newcastle in the same breath and stuff as well, and I just find it farcical. You know, we're coming in here and all along the ownership have said we will do it to the book, to the FFP, we will do it gradually, but they have not hidden the fact that they have got lofty ambitions for the football club. So there's nothing wrong in what we've done, and after, you know, over a decade of a net spend of a couple of £1 million per season on average, I find it a bit rich when you look at Liverpool's transfers recently and you work out, you know, put the Nunez one to one side and all the money for that particular transfer, but when you work out all the deals and it comes to over £550 million that Fanny Face has actually spent, you know, it's the pot calling the kettle black. I don't know what the saying is that you want to use for it, but it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And the thing is, when Jurgen Klopp first came over, and I, you know, got no particular hatred against Liverpool per se, you know what I mean, but when he first came over, I thought, yeah, he's a breath of fresh air. He's doing things differently. He was a very likeable manager for an opposition manager, and he seemed to talk some decent sense. But as the seasons and years have gone by, he seems to be slipping into some sort of insanity, you know, and it only gets worse season upon season upon season. And again, he's complaining and he's bitching all the way on, rather than taking a bit of personal responsibility. You know, he is the one who spends that mammoth budget on the players that he's got. There is more money there for them if they want to do that. They've won Champions League, they've won league titles, all sorts of stuff, and all the money that generates. You look at the commercial revenue of a club like Liverpool and compare it to Newcastle United, who had 4 people working in our commercial department against hundreds at Liverpool. The money that they pull in, the money that we pull in, and yet we've got some sort of not illegal, because he was keen to stress, well, it isn't against the rules type thing, but I think he's suggesting that the rules are unfair. It's unbelievable. It really, really is unbelievable to sit him there after he's spent all those hundreds of millions, like I say, over £500 million, and he's still not happy. He's still got the fucking tit on. Yeah, it's crazy days. It really is. Look, we've got players like, again, with no disrespect, Jacob Murphy's, Javier Manquillos, Jamal Lascelles, and players like that around the first team. And some of the players that he can call upon, when he can bring on Salah and score a 6-minute hat-trick in the Champions League against Rangers at Ibrox, you need to shut the fuck up and know your role. Unbelievable, this man, honestly. But he is. I mean, somebody needs to do a welfare check on him, because, like I say, he started off fine, but bit by bit he is losing every fucking marble every brain cell that he was ever fucking born with. And it gets to the point now where I look at him and I think, oh, shut up, Jurgen, shut the fuck up, because the best part of you slid down your mother's fucking legs and down her ass crack. You know, just give the fuck up. Maybe he needs to go back to Germany, because I mean, he complains about the money that's being spent. He complains about the competition. He complains about the fixtures. He complains, you know, about the scheduling. It's always woe betide Liverpool, the victim club. You know, not thinking that other clubs have issues with fixtures and travel chaos and, you know, problems for the fans and stuff like that. So it's always just one-sided. He's got those rose-tinted fucking specs on all of the time, and he just can't see the fucking wood for the trees. So it's just like, what will he follow it up with next? But, you know, I was probably expecting something like this weekend, because he is the sort of a master of psychology. He will try and play the game off the field as well as on it. And like I say, getting your excuses in nice and early before what looks like a guaranteed pasting against Manchester City is just one way to take the pressure off him, because he can say, it isn't me, it isn't the lads, I'm having to work with what I've got, woe betide me, it's all these bastards with money. So yeah, you know, this comes on the same week that, of course, we've had the CEO, Darren Eales and Dan Ashworth. They've come out and they've spoken about, look, we haven't got a blank piece of paper where we can literally just draw up and get the best of everything. We have got to develop the commercial side. We have to adhere to FFP. We have to get businesses on side. We have to look at naming rights or you know, stadium deals. We have to look at exploiting opportunities in Saudi Arabia and so on and so forth. You know, on the same week we're talking about that and trying to put our house in order before going on to try and push ourselves up the league, and he's just literally throwing mud, uneducated, unfiltered shit and mudslinging in Newcastle United's direction. And I just think with Jurgen, he needs to shut up and get his facts straight, and he needs to concentrate on his own team. And if he's complaining about budgets and this, that and the other, then maybe he needs to give himself a little bit of a dressing down to think, why did you spend so much money on one player? If you needed players in multiple positions, if there's such a problem in your team, why didn't you get rid of some of the more older generation and try to bring in some more players through? Again, going back to what Darren Eales and Dan Ashworth said about, look, there may be a need from time to time to generate cash to keep within FFP. You know, you bring a player in, you develop him on, and he goes on to pastures new, you make a good profit, and that's reinvested into the club, and that is pushing the club on and rebuilding it, like what's happened to, say, at Brighton, you know, with bit by bit and step by step. So again, it comes back to checking your facts. So, you know, I know it's getting nearly to Christmas time, you know, and you're making your list and you're checking it twice, but Jurgen Klopp really needs to fucking make a list and check his fucking facts once or twice. Because, like I said, talk about your own club all you want, talk about what you may need or don't need all you want, but don't drag other people into it. Don't try and fucking divert attention you know, away from your flaws, about your problems and things that you've got control over, to try and sink a club like ours, who is on the way up. There's a positive feel-good factor around, and that is despite the decades of no trophies and no success. Concentrate on Liverpool, concentrate on getting that famous atmosphere back, which I think frankly has been missing for quite a while, and stop constantly having a dig and a sly little dig and stuff like that. There's no point in fucking dick measuring. You spent this season and we spent that, when we were spending fuck all, when we were signing Vernon and Anita, when you know, we were pushing back into Europe. We had to get on with it. So whatever you've got to get on with. And like I say, there's no Newcastle fans coming out blaming fucking other clubs at that time because we only signed him. There was no Newcastle fans coming out when we couldn't afford a fucking loan fee for fucking Chowdhury, was there? blaming other clubs because we could only afford this or that, or when we were struggling to afford the financial package to sign Joe Willock after a successful loan, that we had to go with a begging bucket to another club. So yeah, you fucking just get in your place, fanny face. Get on with what you've got to get on with. Concentrate on your opposition coming up on Monday night in Manchester City, and leave our football club fucking well alone, because you know fuck all about what goes on at Newcastle, and that has been shown absolutely in fantastic technicolor by the bullshit that you've come out with today. Oh my word, honestly, you're trying to rant and kick off, and then you know, you see this, you're eating your fucking morning cornflakes, and up pops Jurgen fucking Klopp on another fucking, another fucking charade of shit. Verbal diarrhea from down on Merseyside once more. And speaking of which, we've got Everton coming up, haven't we? Which is also a load of shit as well, because they're fucking shite. Fucking hate Everton these days, really do. Can't stand them with fucking Jordan Pickford, little wee arms in the fucking goal. Looking forward to the midweek game against them lot, and let the bantering start, and let's see how we can get into his head this time and affect his performances. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to the game against Manchester United. Still feeling very confident. And like I say, as long as they go, they give the all, a performance similar to the Manchester City game, or the Manchester City game, or the Liverpool game, performance like that, a performance like we had against Brentford or Fulham, where the goals are flying in, would also be very welcome. But obviously, going to be tough games coming up. But we go into it, we focus on our games, our problems, our challenges, and building our football club, which is exactly what all of the staff and everybody else who's come fresh into the club is trying to do, and improve things for our future and stuff like that. But hopefully Klopp leaves us alone until next year, until the fucking return match, when no doubt the Newcastle United fans are going to give them fucking hell for the shit and the shenanigans that went on, of course, down Anfield in our last match, where you're talking about corruption, you're talking about bent refs, bent VAR and the likes. It was all on display down there, wasn't it? So yes, until we meet again, you fanny faced bastard Jurgen Klopp, keep Newcastle United's name out of your fucking mouth, and in the meantime, take care, keep it tuned as always, and I'll speak to you later.